Now talking about events in sexual reproduction. Basically, there are three events which was associated with the sexual reproduction. The first one is pre-fertilization, in which the gamete formation is involved, that is known as gametogenesis, and the other one is the fertilization event, and the last one is post-fertilization event. Talking about that, events in sexual reproduction. Pre-fertilization, also known as gametogenesis. After this, fertilization and post-fertilization. The pre-fertilization event also involves gamete transfer. Now, the two types of events. First one is based on the fundamental similarity. Those events which was associated with fundamental similarities, but some are based upon reproductive structures. Which are different reproductive structure. So after this, let us deal with the first event, that is pre-fertilization in detail. It means talking about gametogenesis. Pre-fertilization, that is gametogenesis. Now the gametogenesis are also of two different types. It also have two types. The first one is homogametes, and the other one is heterogametes. So now homogametes deal with morphologically similar gametes, deals with morphologically similar gametes. They are also known as isogametes. And the heterogametes deal with morphologically distinct different gametes. Morphologically distinct. So the male gamete, the male sex here is known as sperm, also known as entherozoid, and the female one is known as egg and also known as ovum. Now, some fungi are associated with homogametes, and those fungi are Syncarnium, Syncarnium, and the other one is Rhizopus. Some algae, they have alga, and which are Chlamydomonas, and Cladophora. These are some examples of homogametes. Now I am making a diagram of homogamete. So this is a basic homogamete which with two flagella on the upper part of the body, and the heterogametes are associated with most of the sexual reproduction one. Most of the sexually reproduction that are bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms, and angiosperms. Now, if I make diagram of this, so I'm taking two different distinct gametes, male and female. So one is alga and other one is fungi. Yes, it is also shown by alga and fungi. Some that is fucus and allomyces. So let's say this is a female part and this is a female one. Sorry, this is a male one. So this is all about gametogenesis and its types. Now the second part of pre-fertilization, the first event, that is gamete formation. It is also known as cell division. Basically, gamete formation. Now, in this gametes which was involved, they are haploid type and they consist one set of chromosomes. So basically two types of cells made up of cells. So one is haploid as well as diploid cells. So haploid cells undergo division with the help of mitosis and forms a haploid gamete with the help of mitosis. And the diploid cell shows reductional division, that is meiosis, also forms gamete. Both will make the haploid one because I already told you. And they undergo the reductional division, that is known as meiosis. Some examples of haploid one are alga, fungi, bryophytes. Some example, if I wrote down here of P and rise. So the total number of cells and P is 14 and in rice 24. That means they consist 7 pair and it consists 12 pairs. So this is all about the first pre-fertilization. Now talking about sexuality. Talking about sexuality and higher organisms. It is shown by flowers. So in the sexuality which is shown by higher organisms, that are flowers, and the parts which was associated with are four. That is, you can learn the code word Jack, and this is a female part, female one, that consists the basically this is the gynosium part which has carpel as well as also known as pistil. The main part which is stamen, male one. Now around stamen there is presence of petals, and the last one around the most exterior part is sepals. Now the high organism shows two types of sexuality. Yes, two types, that is bisexual and unisexual type of sexuality. Bisexual and unisexual. Now the bisexual, it consists both the males and females in a single one, and it consists two different parts for female or male. Now the part which consists the female one is known as pistillate, and the male is known as staminate. So the bisexuality is shown by China rose and sweet potato. China rose and sweet potato. And talking about two types, monoecious and dioecious. So, in monoecious plant which shows the unisexuality, in this the male and female both are in same plant. Both the sexual organs are in the same plant, and in the dioecious plants, male and female, they are on different plants. So examples are cucurbits, coconut, and livestock. Now the examples of dioecious, they are mulberry, date palm, and papaya. Now after this, talking about monoecious and dioecious in lower plants in detail. In lower plant. So for discussing monoecious, I am taking an example of chara, that is green alga, and it has a multicellular jacketed sex organ. Yes, it consists multicellular jacketed sex organ. And for discussing dioecious, I'm taking example of Marchandia. This is a basically bryophyte. So I'm making a diagram of plant. Let's say this is the plant body, and there is a root system. There is presence of some flowers here, like this. So let's say organs are present over here. So I'm making the enlarged diagram for this. I'm making upper node part, node, upper node. Let's say this is a node. This I'm making an enlarged diagram, small part. This is female classical shape, and this presence of male one. Upper, it is also known as adaxial part. So this is a female, and talking about male one. So the female part is known as oogonium, and the male one is known as N3D. So it is basically a nucleus, flower, shape, egg, consists of starch oil. Now the shape of it is globule, spherical, like this. So now coming in dioecious, male as well as female one. The sexual branches and stalked tassels. Also known as N3DO4. Now it is consist on Anthridia, which is consist male gamete. Male one is and